today's video is going to be how to create depth in your eyeshadow. This is basically how to take your eyeshadow from just basic, like not pigmented, to like somebody's gonna stop you and be like, what eyeshadow are you using and how did you do it? So this is also more of like a springy look since it is kind of going to be getting warmer soon. I normally do like very intense warm eyeshadows, and for me this is more neutral. And it's a little bit lighter of a lash. I don't normally wear like natural eyelashes. Yeah, so for me this is like experimenting with different colors, because even like the lip color, I don't normally wear like a cool tone nude like this. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any video requests or anything like that, leave them in the description box. My Instagram and Twitter and all social media will be in the description box as well, and I will see you in my next video. So the first thing that I'm doing is creating my transition shade with the color Toast by Bobbi Brown. This really just creates a base for your eyeshadow so you can blend it out really easily, and you really don't want to skip this step. Even though it doesn't look like it's doing much now, you will notice that it does later. The key to building up your eyeshadow is starting with a light color and going one shade darker, one shade darker. So then I'm going in with this Makeup Geek shade. It's a little bit darker than Toast, but you really just want to use a big fluffy brush and just keep layering on the colors, and you will see the eyeshadow start coming together as you get darker. But if you go in straight with a dark shade, then your eyeshadows will be choppy and not blended. As you go in with the darker colors, you want to switch from the fluffy brush to a more tapered brush. This is going to make sure that the darker colors stay a little bit more precise in your crease, and then they're kind of blended out with the lighter colors. So I'm taking this more tapered brush and using the color Camel by Bobbi Brown, which is a little bit darker than the two shades that I used before. And I'm looking up a little bit just so I can see exactly where my crease is, and putting this directly into my crease and making sure not to go above the other two shadows that I just used. Then I'm going in with Makeup Geek Cocoa Bear and doing the exact same thing with that more tapered brush, looking up and making sure that I don't go above the other colors that I used. And then I'm going in with this Purpley Brown by Morphe, and I am using a more dense tapered brush, and it's a little bit smaller because I want this to be more precise in the crease, because I want the other ones to shine through this one, I guess is what I'm trying to say. This is exactly how you create depth, because once everything is put together, it's not going to look like you can see each color individually, but it's just going to be like a gradient effect from darker to lighter. Then I'm going in with this foiled eyeshadow by Makeup Geek called In the Spotlight, and I'm putting this all over the lid. And then what I'm going to do to make that pop is go over it with a MAC pigment in the color Tan, and I'm going to spray my brush with some Fix Plus just to make it more metallic, and I'm going to put that all over the lid. And as you can see, once I do that, you can't see each individual eyeshadow that I used, but it just kind of all comes together, and it looks like there's depth and there's highlights and contours in your eye. And that's basically what you want to do with your makeup in general, is play up your highlights and your contours. And then, even though I said that I wanted this to be more of a neutral tone, I am going to go in with Real Gar from the Modern Renaissance palette and just put this a little bit in the crease. And what this does is, putting an orange shadow in the crease, it kind of makes everything a little bit more vibrant. So you can't, once everything is together, you can't really tell that there's an orange in the crease, but it just kind of made it a little bit more vibrant. And then I'm just going to do a winged eyeliner. You could just do whatever you prefer. So that's pretty much it for the depth of the eyeshadow. I'm going to speed up the rest of my face and kind of do like a get ready with me for the rest of my face, and then I will slow it back down to tie in the lower lash line and the lashes and everything. Concealer is literally no joke. Like, if you haven't slept in 3 days, all you need is the Tarte Shape Tape. So to tighten the lower lash line with the rest of the face, I'm going to take that Embark color by MAC, and well, actually no, I'm going to build up the lower lash line like I did with the crease. So I'm going to start out, I'm not going to do with many colors, but I'm just going to start out light and go darker and darker. You can take whatever browns you want. I'm just taking the lightest browns that I used just to kind of blend it out. And then what I'm going to do is take that Embark color by MAC on a definer brush, and I'm going to put that, I'm going to avoid putting it in my like waterline, and I'm going to put it right underneath that. I want this look to be overall like a neutral tone, so I'm not going to add any of the warm browns that I used in my crease on the lower lash line. Thing you can do to kind of add depth and just like a little bit of a different look to your eye is putting like a nude or a white pencil on your lower lash line, like in the waterline, because that's going to make the lower lash line pop and look really bright, and then you've got the darker colors underneath. I always highlight my brow bone and my inner corner, so I'm just taking a little bit of a shimmery white shadow and putting that right underneath my brow bone. And then for lashes, I'm using this Tinkerbell collection Neverland Lash by House of Lashes. I wanted this look to be more on the natural side. Well, natural for me. Yeah, because nothing about this is natural. But natural for me anyway. So I'm using this more of a natural lash, as you can see, by House of Lashes. Because I don't want my lash to cover up my winged eyeliner and everything, because I feel like sometimes if you use too dramatic of a lash, you might as well just not even spend 20 minutes on your winged eyeliner, and like, yeah, so the first thing I'm going to put on is the Kat Von D lipstick in the color Bow and Arrow. And I'm going to use the Kylie Cosmetics lip gloss in the color Literally. And just in the center of my lips, I'm going to use the shade So Cute.